Good afternoon, everybody. I see the confusion already. We thought we got rid of you, Roger. Yeah, only for a few more minutes, though. We'll pass the gavel today. We had to delay it one meeting because of the get together a few of us had in Calgary last month. Anyhow, I'm going to get us started with Rotary Bucks if I can. Happy Bucks. Sorry, I called the wrong thing. Ryan, get a quick drink of tea and hustle on up here, and let's get started with that. Can you? Got too much stuff in there.
There's a lot going on up here. There's a lot going on up here, but I think there's probably also a lot going on in your worlds this summer. This is our Happy Bucks. If you have any happy news to share or just news to share, please drop a couple bucks in. All goes to the cart buckets for Alzheimer's research. Rashidi.
Good afternoon. I am very happy that my wife, Renee, has joined me today. So there's $1. And we will be celebrating 18 years married on the 21st of this month. So I'm happy that she hasn't left me yet.
Rashidi, taking her to the Weston Gold Ballroom for the anniversary lunch. Well played, sir. Who else? So, Terry?
Yes, sir. We spent last week at the MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston, learning that Pam does not have cancer.
Woo!
She does have a couple of nodules that are benign that need to come out, and we'll get that done probably in August, along with a little parathyroid issue. So we'll be back down there a couple times, but good news all around. Thank you.
Oh, Rotary. Pam.
Oh, I should mention, Rotary paid off for us again. There's a hotel right across from the cancer center, right across the street, connected by a skywalk, called Rotary House. It was built in the 60s with help from the Houston Rotary Club. The Rotary International president was there for the dedication, and the hotel manager is a Rotarian. I met the district governor in Canada. We knew we were going there, and so we connected those dots, and they pretty well put the red carpet out for us.
Great story. Thank you, Terry, and congrats, Pam. Nope. Hold on.
I have two Happy Bucks, one for Roger and one for Christine. You guys have both become very good friends of mine, and I'm happy to have the friendship. Thank you.
You, Eric.
So I have two as well. I'm putting a bunch in. So I about 10 weeks ago, I had surgery for my third detached retina. The bubble, after 10 weeks, is finally gone. So I can fly in a couple of weeks. And the second is, crazy as we are, we actually adopted a puppy about 8 weeks ago. So the puppy is doing well. Beth Paget is going to be a lifesaver in the next 2 weekends and for 10 days in August. So I'm thankful to her.
Thank you. It's like having another toddler in the house, Lucy. Good luck with that puppy. Oh, wait, we go. Oh, man, this is a big day today. A lot of happy folks.
I got a happy IOU because I didn't bring the cash. I'll bring double next time. But we welcomed our baby boy a month ago into the world. He was perfectly healthy and doing great. So
Congratulations. Get that baby a red badge, Luke.
I'm happy to report my parents just had their 50th wedding anniversary, and we celebrate out in Jackson Hole. And for about 45 of those 50 years, my father has been a Rotarian. So we give Rotary credit.
Thank you. Congrats, Wade Paris Wade. Amy?
I will be celebrating next week. You can check out the latest issue of Greenville Business Magazine. I was recognized as one of the women leaders from South Carolina. So I'll be excited to take our good friend Jenny along with me to the celebration.
Oh, Lordy, watch out now. That sounds like wild and crazy fun there. Jenny and Amy uniting the town.
Thank you. My name is Forrest Briggs. I'm a new member here as of about an hour ago. Really happy for all the folks involved, pushing me over the finish line. Obviously, Pam and Terry Weaver, Rusty, I believe Mark Leonard, if he's here, and there's probably Christine Amin and Amin. Yeah, right. Just like Edie Amin. And in addition to that, That's how we remember things nowadays, isn't it? So beyond that, I've also got I just signed up for a 1.2 mile open water swim in Lake Jocassee in September. So if anybody here is a swimmer, this is a charity event. It's to benefit kids in the area that do not know how to swim. We're teaching them how to swim. So this is a great initiative to be involved with. If you're really brave, there's also a 2.4 mile swim, which I will not be doing this year. So once again, Forrest Briggs, thank you very much.
Thank you, Forrest. Good luck with the swim. Roger, you want to rent a pontoon boat for some of us that day on Lake Jocassee, and we can go hang out there and just cheer them along from the water? All right. Thank you, sir.
To swim. Hey, I'm just throwing in $10 there. It's for Christine to wish her luck in her upcoming venture and to say goodbye to that role. I loved it, but it's her turn.
Let's hear it for Roger. You want this $10 for wine? You're going to need it here or something. You're all right?
If you're right here, no, sorry, no, sorry. Okay, so I'm putting in $5 since Eric's already welcomed us, I'm not going to say that, but my husband, who's here with me today, we just got back from a very big boat trip that we had been planning for quite a while. We went from Sarasota to Key West and back. We didn't crash into anything. We didn't drown. We didn't hit any storms. We didn't hit any other boats. And so I'm just thankful for that and thankful for my individual private captain.
Always good to have one of those. Yes.
Okay, I have three happy dollars. One for Christine's year ahead of us, and thank you to Roger for the year past. The two other dollars are for my husband and I got in at 12:30 last night. We drove all the way from Chicago. We went to I went to three Chicago Cubs games, and on July 4th, I have to read this because it's remarkable. The Cubs have broken their all-time single-game home run record with 8, and they got most of it in the first 3 innings. It was really an incredible game. And it was last done on August 1st, 2023 against the Cincinnati Reds. So they won on the 4th of July. They won on Sunday, 11-0. Really, really some good games. My husband grew up in the Chicago area, so he goes there frequently.
It sounds like you're the good luck charm now.
Yes. And the other dollar is for, we went to a historic site, the Pullman, maybe some of you remember the Pullman train car. The National Park Service has a new place in Pullman, Illinois. So it's kind of an interesting historic site. Thank you.
Thank you, Betty. Yes, Miss Lyons.
Thank you. I am very happy and very pleased that I'm sitting next to my good friend Beth Paget, because about 2 weeks ago, she might not be here. She just had a pacemaker put in. Doctor said her electrical system was not good. So we are so happy that she is here.
Do you want to plug your cell phone charger or anything into Beth here? You got the electricity? Yeah. Beth, we're glad you're doing great. Couple more here. We got 2 more here.
My daughter, who's a teacher in the Lyman School District, just closed on her first house. So we're very happy. And if anybody knows how much they pay teachers around here, that's an incredible feat.
Thank you, Bob. And we have 2 more here, Bob and Mark, and then we're done.
After serving as Ryan's mentor for 10 years, I decided a closer amount of supervision was required. And so he's now joined the Community Foundation team as our Director of Development.
Thank you, Bob. You guys call Bob and I if you want to know how you can make a philanthropic difference here in the community. We'd love to chat with you. Last but certainly not least, Mark.
Hey guys, thank you so much. My name is Mark Leonard. I'm the CART Committee co-chair. I want to first tell David, Bill, and Jim, thank you so much for kind of getting me on board on the committee. I'm still running 100 miles an hour. We're just going to kind of figure this out, but we have good things coming along. And secondly, something really kind of crazy happened last night. I got a lot of cousins up in central North Carolina, and I got a cousin that's running for Asheboro City Council up in North Carolina. I called him last night to congratulate him filing to run, and I found out he was a district governor in central North Carolina. So, Mark Leonard, thanks, guys.
As Rotary leaders run strong in each and every community. Thank you all. I don't know if anybody's matching Happy Bucks today. But you're going to have to move some money around your bank account, I think, if anyone's matching, because we've got some good funds in here today. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ryan. That was great. Give it up for Ryan, please. We probably set a record here. I'm sorry Jim's not around, but anyhow, please get those buckets moving around the tables. Well, I look at the agenda to see what's next here. I got to do announcements. So coming up on July 12th, we're doing a cleanup out at a Child's Haven. See Amy for more details. Discover Rotary. We have a couple of those coming up. The one on the 15th out at Craig Golden Davis at 5:30 in the evening. And then the one a week later, we've got Coffee and Conversation at Canvas Coffee. Hopefully y'all know where that is. I don't. I'm going to have to waze that one. Okay. Then on the 18th, we have the installation of our new district governor, as well as the awards banquet for our district. That's going to be at the Poinsett Club. I encourage you all to go. It's always a great time. And then we have our next luncheon with Leslie Pregnizer from Favor Upstate. That's 2 weeks from today, when Christine will start our meeting off by ringing the bell. All right, so those are the announcements. If I can get my paper to move around. Our invocation. As we gather in fellowship today, let us be mindful of the opportunities we have to serve others. May our actions reflect integrity, our decisions be guided by wisdom, and our hearts remain open to the needs of our community. Let the four-way test lead us in all that we think, say, or do. If you rise for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So I want to start off, if you didn't know, the Westin Hotel turned 100 years old a couple of weeks ago, and they had quite a gala here. Unfortunately, I could not make it, but y'all know Fabian is one of our members, and he, unfortunately, and that's going to be my theme today, he unfortunately isn't here to receive his award, but we do have Don. Is Don here? He was going to send, there's Don. Okay, welcome, Don. So y'all know we've had a long partnership with the Westin. If you talk to Bill, he can talk about being inaugurated in this club back in 1847, or what? I believe it was 1952. And so I have a certificate here on behalf of our club that I'm going to present to Don. I'll read it quickly. This Rotary Club of Greenville Certificate of Recognition and Appreciation presented to the Westin Poinsett Hotel and its general manager, Fabian Unterzauker, on the occasion of the 100th anniversary of the historic opening of Greenville's landmark hotel. In recognition of a century of service, hospitality, and distinction in the heart of our city, and with sincere gratitude for our longstanding partnership with the Rotary Club of Greenville. Dated this 21st day of June, 2025. Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Great. Is Jenny in the room? There's Jenny. Jenny, please stand up and receive a warm round of applause. I want to acknowledge Jenny. She has, in all seriousness, one of the toughest jobs in the whole world. Imagine getting a new boss every year, and the next boss is already starting about 6 months before the last one's gone. So she has a real tough job, and she does a fantastic job at it. I just want to acknowledge that. I realized that, you know, my time was over when I called her yesterday and it went straight to voicemail. But I enjoyed my 1 year. Thank you, Jenny, very much. All right, as we pass on our gavel here, I do want to acknowledge the board of directors that I had last year. If you're in the room, would you please just stand up and be acknowledged? The 2024, 2025 board of directors. And please accept my sincere thanks for all that you did to help us go through this. Then I'd like to talk about our Rotarian of the Year. There's probably absolutely no surprise here. It's also our Rookie of the Year. This is somebody who just absolutely dove right in to this whole thing. She did a terrific job. She started, she did the 4 things that I asked y'all to do, right? She helped with Kringle. She brought 4 people, I believe, to discover Rotary over the course of her first year. And I'm pretty sure all of them have joined us. She was very engaged in our club, and she certainly had a lot of fun. She did a lot of work with our membership group. She's got this whole red to blue thing, a well-oiled machine, and you'll see in a little bit, I think Wade's going to come up and hand out some blue badges. She's done a terrific job with that. And the big thing that she did was she got, and I'll talk about this more in a minute, she got our youth services stuff functioning again for our club. She dove into that. I didn't even have to ask her. She came to me and asked to do it when the last person stepped down. So our Rotary of the Year, I hope to God she's watching from Germany, Rotarian, but is obviously goes to Christina Wieland. So give her a roaring round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm very honored.
Good. All right. Last but not least, I will say it was really my true honor and pleasure to serve as your president for the last year. I promised Christine I'm not going to go through and talk about all the stuff that we did because nobody wants to listen to that. But I will thank you all for this opportunity. I wish Jane was here. It's her fault that I ever found myself in this role. But I thank Jane, and I had an absolute blast. Now, just 1 second of looking back, Rotarians measure everything. It's like a dream for people like Terry. They measure absolutely everything. And so for the Club Excellence Award, there are 26 things you get measured on. You have to achieve 16 of them to be considered. Then the Governor's Excellence Award, there are 67 different things. You get points. Now, to be considered a gold club, you have to get 850 points. We got 1,315. So we had a pretty decent year in all of the things that we don't get measured on. I should have backed up. Out of the 26 goals, you have to get 16, and we had 21, I believe. So we did all right. I was asked, it must be a standard question that's out there, but I was asked by Eric, our assistant governor, when he took myself and the other Greenville presidents out. And then I had 2 district governors up in Calgary ask the same question, what are you proudest of? And I will say the thing that I'm proudest of is what we were able to do with youth services. This club had been very active and it died during COVID. Our relationship with our Interact Club with Greenville High died during COVID. And we were able to establish an Interact Club with Greenville Technical Charter High School. We got our RILA rolling again. We had 2 students, and you'll hear from them in August, and you'll also hear from our Rotary Youth Exchange students. We have, I'm confused here, one from Brazil coming in, and one of ours went out to Brazil. And then we have an incoming one, or an outgoing one to Taiwan, I believe. Anyhow, you'll hear from them coming up soon. But that is the thing I'm absolutely proudest of, is because I'm a big kid person. You all have heard me talk about being the son of 2 school teachers. And when I go to Rotary events and what I see these kids doing, high school kids, Rotaract kids, in college. It's absolutely phenomenal. So I'm very happy that we were able to get that running again. So with that said, I'm going to turn the gavel to one of the coolest jobs in the world, over to Christine. So Christine, best of luck. Okay. Thank you. Wow. Can I go sit down now? You have to wait. I know. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roger, for everything. I cry easily. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't mean anything by it. It has been an absolute pleasure working with you over the last year. We have had a lot of conversation, a lot of fun at the district conference.
Yeah.
And I'm just so glad that you're going to be just right behind me. So,
Always.
yes. So if I need a push up, you'll be there.
I'll be there.
But
Absolutely.
thank you. Here you
Thank
go.
you. Wait.
Oh,
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Oh, wait. You want to read the guests? I
Want me to-
forgot to read the guests. I can't.
read 'em.
Where'd they go? I don't know where they are. Oh, maybe right here.
I saw him. Yep.
There we go.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So Josie Moore and Dr. Dawn Hooker, guests of the club.
Don't keep forgetting. Dr. Gears as well.
Oh, Dr. Gear also. Yeah, if you guys would wave. Yeah. Sandy Oliver, a guest of Bill Raines. Give us a wave. My husband, Dave Amin, that I just mentioned, is my guest. And he's got that wave thing down. And Renee Green, who is a guest of Rashida's. Welcome. Thank you all for being here.
Now, I'm not Ryan Brown, but I'm often mistaken for Ryan Brown. So it's good that I'm here to do the introduction of our red badge to blue badge folks today. I do want to say, as an alumni president, and add to the recognition theme today, Roger, you did an incredible job, and there's a real excitement in this room, and I'm so excited and hopeful for Christine's presidency coming up. But I think the work you did is reflected in handing out 6 blue badges today, folks that have been, were red badge new members, but went through a challenging hazing process and finished a number of tasks that we assigned to them. So as I call their name, I assume these folks are here, but please come forward to receive your blue badges. So come up as I call your name if you would, and then stay here after I've done so. Julie Eddy. I don't see her today, so she may not be here. Rashida Green. Is Rashida here? Okay. Jay Handler. Is Jay here? All right. Christopher Cairns. Christopher. Mark Leonard. Saw Mark. And Kendra Williams. No Kendra? Okay. Oh, there we go. She was welcome. Did you get us? Yeah. You want me with them? I don't deserve any credit. Okay. Yeah.
Everybody take one step this way, more side behind banner. All right. Put it against the shoulder just a little bit. Okay, there we go.
Congratulations to all our new blue badges for joining the Cool Kids Club. And I would like Beth Paget to come up and I think, assist her in recognizing Paul Harris fellows.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you for all of you who have given to the Rotary Foundation this year. Our club, Roger talked about records. Our club has set a record in the district. We're the first club in the history of our district to go over $70,000 in terms of Rotary Foundation giving. Granted, we have several members of our club who give extremely large gifts to the Rotary Foundation, but we also have many people in our club who give faithfully each year as you're able to the Rotary Foundation. So to everyone in here, whether you gave $25 or whether you gave $1,000 or more, thank you for your support of the Rotary Foundation. What do we do with that money? Some of it comes back to us. When we talk about Alexander Elementary School, our largest grant every year that has come back to us has been for Alexander Elementary School since that partnership began. So we double our impact at Alexander through our Rotary Foundation dollars that come back to us. We had a partnership with Greenville Literacy Association last year. This year, we have an exciting new district grant that will be unveiled in a short time, but we were approved for a nature trail at a Child's Haven. And so everybody who likes to dig and move gravel and stuff, get those muscles going. So some of our money comes back to us, and some of that helps fund the things that we do good in the world, such as our work through Honduras. You heard Al Steele give a very emotional talk just a few months ago, and our work that we have done so faithfully in Haiti that we hope to continue and restart this year if the civil unrest allows us to get back into Haiti. So thank you for what you've done for the Rotary Foundation. I want to also recognize the people who have given extra gifts this year. They are in the Paul Harris Fellow world, Paul Harris being the founder of Rotary. If you're very, very new to Rotary, you start at $1,000, either dollars, outright cash, and or matching points, and you move up by multiples of 1,000 till you reach Paul Harris +8. And from there, it's the major donor level. So we are going to be recognizing several people for their gifts to the Rotary Foundation and their new Paul Harris Fellow status. And this is in some kind of order. We're going to start with somebody who shared a good bit of, let's see, that's, yeah, okay. We're going to start with somebody who's already been at the mic several times today. Your recent, most immediate past president, Roger Heisig, who is one of our most faithful donors to the Rotary Foundation. Roger is getting a Paul Harris +4 and a super achiever, Paul Harris +5 today. So thank you. And we don't have that certificate today, but Roger is our newest member of the Paul Harris Society, where he has committed every year, Roger, to give every year, every year, committed to giving at least $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation. So thank you for that. That helped you supersize your gifts this year. It did. The next one is Michael Fletcher, a Paul Harris +2. I don't think Michael's here. The next, don't know this guy. Wade, how do you pronounce that last name? Wayne Cobb. He's getting Paul Harris +5, and Wade has been our club foundation chair. This will be her third year doing that. So thank you very much for that. Wait. Also, one of our Paul Harris Society members, Lucy Henry, is getting her Paul Harris +6 award today. And then I saw Pam. Yeah, Pam. Then Pam Alexander Powell is getting 2 awards, one for herself, which is her first Paul Harris Fellow, which also comes with the frameable certificate. And you can come here. And also her husband, Scott, who's been in the club a little longer than Pam, is also one of our most faithful givers to the Rotary Foundation. And Scott is getting Paul Harris +6 today.
So it is my great pleasure today to introduce Dr. Dawn Hooker. She is the principal of Alexander Elementary School, and thanks to Scott Powell and his lovely wife Pam, we adopted this school a few years ago. I think when Scott was president, that's about when I was coming into the club in 2018. And we just wanted to give to them. And I've spent several hours there before. I'm sure I haven't spent as much as Lucy has or Lisa Minnick has. We have regular readers that go there, but we are just happy to have her here with us today. So this is her second year as the principal of Alexander Elementary, and we're just happy to have you here. Come on up.
Good afternoon, everybody. Again, yes, I am Dawn Hooker, principal of Alexander. This will be my second year there. I was called in by the superintendent, who Roger always reminds me always goes over his time at the Rotary, Dr. Royster. He likes to talk. We all know that. I told him our principals' meetings are very long as well. But I was asked and called in to start the transformation schools in Greenville County, and specifically Elevate schools, to change a school environment. Our school had been failing for quite some time. Y'all can see my cute little butterfly up here. I actually did this presentation for all the principals of the state last month at SCASA. So I'm not going to go through all this, but I already had the presentation, so I was going to use it again because I spent a lot of time on it, okay? So the goals were to really get high achieving teachers and support staff for our students. We set very, very high expectations. We only had 2 teachers that left the entire staff this year just because of reasons I already knew about. And then also enhancing the school culture. Our school is, I'll go ahead and let you see here. Just a little bit about our school. Right now, we're sitting at 498 students. We're on White Horse Road, 253 and White Horse Road, almost right beside Walmart. These are our motto for this year: together we learn, united we soar. We're the Eagles. So we have an 88% poverty index. We were a state school in the fact that we were recognized as an ATSI school, which is not a good list to be on, for our special needs students that had not grown. In fact, our special needs students had regressed, I'll get that right in a second, quite a bit. And so this is our demographic makeup. We are a little bit over 50% with Hispanic, African American, white, and then we've got a lot of mixed students at our school. A little bit more males than females, and our MLP population is one of the largest, and so we have 4 teachers that try to teach English as a second language with us. Special education, we have 2 self-contained classes, 24 students, excuse me, and then again, our resource and our speech is another large percent of our students as well. So just to let you know, our report card looked like this. And what do you notice here about our report card? You know, it started out pretty bad, got a little worse in areas. It has not been consistent for over 18 years, is what Dr. Royster told me when he called me in. So it's been on a roller coaster. Principals would come in, it would get better. Principals would leave, it would get worse. People coming in, people leaving. And so he really wants it to be consistent as part of this. And so you guys talking about measurement, which is great. I love data. I'm a data person. We live and die by that, make changes by academics and things like that. Lots of different data. And so this is just where we were, which was completely terrible in 21-22, if you look at that with me. 21% of our kids were mastering SC ready for ELA, which is reading, and 14% in math, which is even worse. On our first benchmark for the district, we were already double that in math. And so I just want to tell you, this is kind of our journey. I'm not going to go through that. But this is where we're sitting right now with ELA. And you can see our fourth grade really decided they were going to beef things up. And we could go into detail about this, but I won't. I'm very proud, but I know y'all have other things to do today other than listen to me. These are the same students going second to third grade, same students third to fourth, same students fourth to fifth, and how we grew them. This is our math, kind of the same thing, second grade to third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth, same students. We do have a population that's 37% transient, which means we won't start with the new group of kids that we had. 37% will be gone. But I do want to take a minute to recognize, I want all of you to look at me now that I'm talking to you, because I like to look at you in your eyeballs to tell you this. I did not know going in last year what I was going to do. We didn't have a PTA. I didn't know who was going to support us. And I get emotional about my school because it's about my kids. But when they said, it's okay, we got the Rotary, I'm like, what is that? You know, a lot of time, you know it. Actually, I was a Rotary scholar in high school. I was like, what about the Rotary? And then all these people show up. I'm like, who are all these people? And they start talking about, we're going to do this. We have a whole plan. We have a whole budget. Oh, I mean, it was like, thank you, because I did not know how I was going to support the things I needed to support. So I just want to say to you, in your eyeballs, everybody, thank you so much for what you do for our kids. We could not do it without you, each and every one of you. That budget, everything in that budget, the shoes, the readers. Raise your hand if you're a reader in here. Oh my gosh. Our kids talk about you more than you know. When you leave, they're talking about you. They're telling a teacher you're coming next week. They're letting somebody know that you're coming back to see them. And you might bring candy. Who brought candy this year? Who did it? It's you they're talking about. So they look forward to that. We also have World Finance with us that does mentorship with us. But listen, these kids' lives are changing because of you. And you give that dollar, and you may not think that dollar means the world, but I want you to know it is a heavy weight that helps them. And I always say, because I'm in the education business, education is the only thing that's going to change the trajectory of their life. It's the only thing that can change that. And so we work hard to keep that. And so without this mumbo jumbo up here, we want to say thank you. We measure it. I want you to know your money's going to a great thing, because if not, I don't want to lose it. And I want to be a good steward of what we get. So our kids have done a video, and I want to put faces and names with what you do in our school. And so we're going to go ahead and play that video for you right now of what we put together. And Jason. Thank you, Rotary Club. And so I just want to recognize the Rotary today in appreciation for, I mean, more than you see on this list, but just to name a few. First, my view of Roger will always be on the grill with a towel, sweating profusely, 500 pounds of beef that we were making tacos for our apartment complex after the hurricane, but Roger came through for us. So we want to say thank you for that. Family events, food boxes, shoe distribution, teacher appreciation, meals, treats, field trips that you saw some of the students on, teacher and staff of the month, that they come every month. Oh, and they love your food. I do too. Apparently, I got some on my dress, so I love it too. Book donation and so much more. Roger and Christine, if you would come up, we'd like to give you a plaque that you can display for being our community partner and appreciation award to the Rotary Club of Greenville.
I am a wife and a mother, a cyclist, a skier, a kayaker, a lawyer, a scuba diver, but most, I am a Rotarian. When Wade took over as president, he talked about the difference between being a Rotary member and a Rotarian. And the way I have summed it up in my head is that a Rotary member, they pay their dues. They come to a few meetings. But a Rotarian is enthusiastic and engaged. E squared. And that is the theme for my year. When Wade was president, he asked you to do 3 things. When Roger was president, he asked you to do 4 things. I'm only asking you for 2 things. Yeah. But that is to be enthusiastic and engaged. And that means enthusiastic about the meetings. Come to the meetings. Be excited to be here. Be enthusiastic about meeting the people at your table, about networking, and then be engaged. Be engaged with the social events, with the service projects. You saw Dr. Hooker. How many things do we do for Alexander Elementary? And that takes a team. It takes a group. It takes all of us to be enthusiastic and engaged. So that is the theme for my year, E squared. Okay. So the motto of Rotary is service above self. We all know that, right? But every year they have a different theme. And this year it is Unite for Good. We all know that Rotary is everywhere in the world. I pulled up some statistics just to share with y'all. There are 1.2 million Rotarians in the world. That's 35,000 clubs in 220 countries. In the US, there's 390,000 Rotarians. And in South Carolina, there's 7,657 clubs. We are everywhere. And why Unite for Good? We could do things individually. Sure, we could. But we probably wouldn't, and we wouldn't have the same impact. It's together that we have that incredible impact. Most of you that know me know that I love to travel. My husband and I have traveled internationally and around the country. And I'm always taking pictures. I'm always looking for Rotary. Where is Rotary? So this first picture on the far, it would be your left, that's in Colonia, Uruguay. found that sign, we were out biking, so I had to take a picture. This middle picture right here, that's in Uganda. That is an ambulance that the Rotary Club of Austria bought for this village, and I mean village, people living in thatched roof huts and cooking outside with no electricity, no running water. The Rotary Club of Austria bought that ambulance for them. Up here in this corner, both of these pictures actually are from the Caymans. The bottom picture is Rotary Club of the one Rotary Club in the Caymans bought a nursing facility so that mothers could nurse their babies in the airport. This upper one, they're collecting just loose change as people leave. It's an international airport. A lot of people just dump their international money because they're not going to use it anyplace else. So those are some of the things that the Rotarians are doing around the world. It's interesting, after I did this slide, we were in Key West, like I said earlier, and it was July 4th. We were waiting for the fireworks. And I read something, fireworks brought to you by the Rotary Club. I'm like, wow, here we are again. And then as we got back to Sarasota and we were waiting on our Uber to go to the airport, I noticed there was one of those little book exchange things, Rotary Club. They are everywhere. We are everywhere together. So I joined the Rotary Club in 2018, and I joined, honestly, for these reasons in this order: networking, service, social interaction. But I have stayed with Rotary. Service, number one, social interaction, and networking. Now, I'm not saying that this is not a good networking group. It is. But we're more than a networking group. You can go to B&I and just sit there and network with people. And you can network here, but also be engaged in service, which to me, that is the most important. So I've had a lot of people ask me over the last few months, what are you going to do with your year? How is your year going to be different? Well, I don't think of this as my year. This is our year. Together, we will succeed. I'm going to go back to my board of directors in a minute, but some things that I'm going to continue. We are going to continue with the Happy Bucks. I think that that has brought a lot of energy back to the club. Ryan, you are so on cue. I couldn't have set that up better myself. That's right. Yeah. We're going to give you a raise. Yeah. One thing I'm going to add, because every Rotary Club president comes along and they want to just add a couple of things and just try a few things out. I'm going to have members introduce their own guests. Now, I hope that that encourages you to bring more guests, not discourages you. So I think that that'll be fun. I am adding a fifth prong to the four-way test. You'll see it in a minute. No, I did not put it in the newsletter that came out. I said you had to come to the meeting, and y'all are here. So you must have wanted to know. And I will say that the fifth prong, for those of you that have been in Rotary forever and ever and have never seen a fifth prong, this was introduced at the last president-elect training. And so I feel confident that it has been blessed by Rotary that I can do this. So we'll get to that in a bit. So we're going to continue our service projects at Alexander Elementary School. We're also going to be working on a nature trail at a Child's Haven and continue to work with Rebuild Upstate. Who has worked at Rebuild Upstate? Yes. That was a great project, really hands-on. And I know from my experience in Rotary, it's those projects working together side by side. That's how you get to know people in the club. And then when they know you, back to the networking thing, and they have something that you could help them with in their professional lives, you're the one that they're going to remember. Now, these service projects, what do they take? Time and money. Money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. So our fundraiser this year is Holiday Fair. We've just transitioned the name from Kringle Holiday Village to Holiday Fair. It has transitioned over the years. Who has worked Kringle Holiday Village? Everybody. That's great. That is great to see. And I hope that you will continue that enthusiasm and engagement with Holiday Fair. We have Jane and Marty leading the committee, and I know it's this year we're going to make money. Okay? We're going to make money. Yes. Something else I would also like to bring to this club are some special interest groups. And quite honestly, I have not solidified what that's going to look like. But if there's anybody in here who is interested in having a special interest group, it could be people that want to get together and play bridge, or they want to go to the theater together, or they want to just go out to eat together and explore new restaurants. All it takes is one person to say, hey, I'm willing to organize this. I'm willing to say, let's go to this. What? Yes, a vineyard. Yes, exactly, exactly. We have a lot of vineyards around here. So somebody says, I'm really interested in going to vineyards. So I'm going to say, next month, we're going to go to this vineyard. And we just put it out to the membership, and hopefully people will join. That's a great idea. Thank you. So published budget. Very interesting. I had coffee with somebody recently, and one of the things that he told me was, I don't see your budget. Where's your budget? And I thought, well, that's interesting. We can't really put it on the website. That would not be good. We can't print it out and bring it to meetings because who knows where it would go. But I want to be transparent with everybody. If you would like a copy of the budget, all you have to do is email Lisa Minnick, and she'll be happy to provide it to you. If you have questions about it, Lisa's the expert. She knows everything about that budget. We want to be transparent. We don't want you to think that the board of directors is operating in a vacuum and not sharing information. Everybody should know about that. The other thing I would like to try is a club business meeting. Now, who has been at a Rotary club where they've actually had a club business meeting? Okay, so there have been a few. So I don't know, we've not done it since 2018 when I joined. And we have a long list of speakers that are lined up, and I don't want to take away from those speakers. So my idea is on a quarterly basis, we will meet after the meeting, and I'll just open it up to whatever anybody wants to talk about. Okay, I'm not going to take a meeting time because we have really very good speakers lined up, and I would not want to take away from their time. But I want to be transparent with the club, and I want to be open. So if anybody feels like they have a concern, they can bring it up in a club business meeting. Okay, my board of directors. So I did something. I asked for some fun facts from the board of directors. And so I think I got something from everybody. So I'm going to list out the board of directors. Roger Heitzig. His fun fact was Roger was an altar boy for 7 years. Interesting. Jeremy Hart is the president-elect behind me. And his fun fact is Jeremy loves biking, but not as much as me. Rusty Enfinger is not here today. Rusty is, and he is the president nominee behind Jeremy. Rusty is an ordained matrimony minister. So if anybody wants to get married. Lisa Minnick, she's our treasurer. And this is very long, actually, this fun fact. Okay. She can play piano, organ, clarinet, and some guitar. That just in and of itself, yes. Jenny Townsend, of course, our executive director back there. Jenny collects random seeds and plant cuttings. Interesting. Derek Lewis. Derek, thank you. Derek worked for a semester at Walt Disney World, where he was a ride operator in Tomorrowland. That is my dream job. That is, yes. I have always wanted to work at Disney World. Iris Park back here, can you wave? Okay. Her women's chorus group has been invited to sing at Carnegie Hall this year. That's pretty phenomenal. Ron Debonay is coming back to the board after being president. So his fun fact is in his 60s, Ron joined an improv group for a short period of time. But he said, turns out that engineering and improv comedy don't necessarily go hand in hand. Christina Wieland, who her picture's there, she's on Zoom. And her fun fact is while working as a night manager in Colorado at a Ritz-Carlton hotel, Christina had to think fast to scare off a bear. If you ask her, she might show you how she did it. Brett Caldwell, he's not here today either, but his fun fact, Brett climbed Mount Fuji in Japan with his sons, who were 6 and 10 at the time. Kendra Williams, our new Blue Badger, I believe. Where was she? Oh, she had to leave. Okay. So her fun fact, Kendra runs a Black History Tour business on her Saturdays off in downtown Greenville. That's interesting. And I have to say, this one really made me laugh out loud. Luke Rhodes, who's also our tech team chairperson. Luke has a bourbon collection of over 100 bottles. Party at Luke's house. Yeah, party at Luke's house. Yeah, okay. And last, Anne-Marie Schell, raise your hand. Yes. So Anne-Marie has some very famous people in her background. In her ancestry. One of them, let's see, one of them is a key figure in South Carolina's early infrastructure development and helped with the South Carolina's oldest standing bridge, the Poinsett Bridge. So anyway, that is my board. I invite any of you, if you have any concerns, questions, please reach out to me or to any of my board members. And let's go ahead and stand for that 5-way test. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And will it be fun? Yes.